This is my baby brother, by the way. But, in this video, I'm going to talk about why black people don't vote Republican. Now, there was this episode of Blackish, which is one of my favorite shows on ABC, that had an episode dedicated to why black people don't vote Republican, and it was called Black Republicans with a question mark. So anyway, Junior joins this Young Republicans Club because this girl that he likes is in the club. And he goes to this Republican convention and is told that Dick Cheney stopped the Iraq War. And I wanted to slap his face for saying something so fucking stupid. So anyway, so here's why black people don't Republican. True, Abraham Lincoln was the first Republican president, although he signed the Emancipation Proclamation to end slavery because he was an indentured servant himself growing up, and he knew that was immoral and wrong. Although he didn't see black people as equals, he did. He was in favor of the white race because the white race to him was the superior race. So black people voted Republican from Lincoln's time until Theodore Roosevelt's time, near Theodore Roosevelt's second term, because Theodore Roosevelt had a historic dinner. Until Theodore Roosevelt, there was no dinner guest who was African American, and when there was an African American dinner guest, Theodore Roosevelt wanted to know how black people could feel equal in this country, and his guest said that black people should be able to marry who they want to, eat where they want to, dress the way they want to, and go where they want to. And Theodore Roosevelt seen that as ludicrous and never invited him over again. And this is when black people started to not vote Republican and vote Democrat. Now, black people voted for FDR. You know why? Because he was a Democrat and he was for the American people. And black people have been voting Democrat since then. And if you see a black conservative, it's kind of odd. But I'm not surprised why there are black conservatives, because black Americans had risen from the horrible slavery times and had risen from the segregation times, and they want to have a piece of that pie that white businessmen and businesswomen have, and which is nothing wrong about that. I get black Republican, I get that status, but at the same time, I don't get why black people in general sometimes vote Republican, because if you think about it, the Republicans want to blame black people for being rapists. They want to blame black people for being killers and child molesters, but the Republicans seem to blame every minority for being a rapist, a murderer, or a child molester, but won't blame the white race, even though there are more white rapists and there are more white child molesters and more white killers than there are within minorities. So, yeah, that's why black people don't vote Republican. For the simple fact that Republicans just aren't practical.